Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that have just joined, and there are a couple, welcome to my channel. My name's Jo, and I do various bits and bats that I pick up along the way. And for those of you that have been watching my videos for a wee while, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy days to watch my videos. And for those of you that just lurking about, I'd really appreciate you pressing the subscribe button and becoming part of our happy merry band. So first of all, I need to start off with an apology. God, you seem a bit far away there. Let me just move you a bit closer. Whether that's going to stay there, I do not know. There we go. Yeah, first of all, I apologise because obviously I'm a week late. I forgot that when I landed back from Istanbul on the Tuesday, I had one day at home and then I went off to see my dad. So the following Sunday, when I should have been filming, I was at my dad's, and two, I was coming back on the train back up to Edinburgh. So it just wasn't possible. So I apologise for that, making you wait a week longer. My trip, it was phenomenal. Now let's get not the bad bit, but thing that didn't quite go to plan. I didn't get the hot air balloon ride. Even though the weather looked perfect, the sun was shining, there was, from the ground, there was a little bit of a breeze, but up in the air where it mattered, it was too windy. And when you've got 150 balloons going up, you don't want to be crashing into another balloon. So that was fine. I think I was okay with it, actually. But we have booked to go back to the same hotel in July and give it another go. Because we really liked Gurame. It's like a crumbly old town, and we really loved it. We loved the hotel, the Imagine Cave Hotel. We really loved that hotel. So we've rebooked to go back there. And we're going to go there for 5 nights, because normally if they don't manage it on one night, they'll move you to the next day. So that gives us a few chances, although I have booked other things. But anyway, I'll explain about that later. So the trip itself was fantastic. And because we weren't in Gurame very long, I'm actually looking forward to going back and doing some more stuff in Gurame. And I'll say later what we're hoping to do. And we also then went to Istanbul. I mean, Istanbul's massive. It's a massive, massive town, city. And but I loved it. I loved, if you like history, we did the boat along the Bosphorus, which was good. We didn't have great weather for that, but it was good. But the thing I enjoyed the most was we booked a private walking tour. And I chose the things I wanted to see. So I wanted to see the Blue Mosque, the Hagia Sophia Mosque, the Basilica Cistern, the Grand Bazaar and the Spice Bazaar. So they were the 5 things I wanted to see. And I walked from 10 a.m. in the morning till 7 at night. And you know me, I'm not exactly the fittest person on the planet by any stretch of the imagination. But, sorry, excuse me. But I didn't even feel it. It was only when we stopped, I thought, oh, I feel a bit tired now. But I think because there's so much to see. And so we first of all went to the Blue Mosque. And I'll maybe try and include some photographs from the trip at the end of this, if I can work it out. Anyway, I'll do it. And I just cried. I cried because it was so incredible. It was so incredible. It was so beautiful. It was unbelievable. Then we went to Hagia Sophia. Oh no, then we went to like this, in between the two mosques is like this stretch, and they have like the Egyptian needle, and so he told us about that. And then there was this gift from Germany, and then we had a coffee and a cake. And then we went to Hagia Sophia, and I mean, I think it was built like 568 AD. I mean, it's definitely in the 500s anyway, first century. So it is a bit more crumbly than the Blue Mosque that was built in, I think it was 1605. But I think we're going through, and honestly, it's just amazing. And even things like, you know, the marble, like kind of mirrored the two pieces of marble, and they said the way they did it was they cut the marble like a book so that the veins mirrored each other. And he asked us, how do you think they did that? And apparently it was with silk thread, water and sand. So that's amazing. And then we turned a corner, and there was this most amazing mosaic of Jesus, Mary, and John the Baptist, and how they got those expressions on the faces, you know, these tiny micro mosaic. Again, burst into tears. It was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And you know, it made the trip really worthwhile. And we went to the Basilica Sistine again, amazing, absolutely amazing. And then we went to the Grand Bazaar, and I did a bit of haggling because I knew before I went I wanted to get some earrings, but just little sleeper type earrings that I could wear for work. So nothing obtrusive or anything like that. And I chose these ones. They're quite a thick band. It's hard for you to see the detail on this. I don't know. I'm gonna. That's it in. Let me see. So we've got it in. And it's got some like marks on it, and half is like shiny and half is dull, which is not going to come across, but half the side is dull and half the side is shiny, so it just adds that little dimension to the earrings. And I got those in the Grand Bazaar, and I haggled hard, and it was really good fun. I knew I wanted to do that experience in the Grand Bazaar. So I really enjoyed that. And then we went to the Spice Bazaar, and I actually preferred the vibe in the Spice Bazaar, and the smells of the spices and the coffee were absolutely amazing. So yeah, Kerim was our guide, so knowledgeable, and we had an amazing trip. He also took us to like a local place that had you know, local pottery, and I always like to pick up little ceramics. So I've got this little fish bowl, lots of little fish hand painted on the bowl. I think that's cute. And he was going, your husband needs a bowl. I went, well, I'm not putting soup in it, I'm just displaying it, so I just need one, thanks. So yeah, I love that, the naivety of the painting. I just like it, it's cute. So I've got that, and then the tulip little bowl, which is, you know, it's quite a symbol in Turkey, is the tulip. So we're going back beginning of July, and we'll go for 5 nights, and that gives us more opportunities. If the balloon doesn't go one day, they'll move you on to the next. Although I have booked some things. I've booked a pottery class for me and Mike, to go and try and throw our own pot. They should be interested, so we're going to that, can't wait. So that should be fun. I've booked classic car tour in Sunrise, so they come with like an old classic car, and they drive you to different spots, and hopefully you get photos with the car and the balloons, and you know, it's just another way of seeing the balloons. And then also them taking you to different valleys, so you get to see a bit of the area. And then I've obviously booked the obligatory Turkish night with the dancing and the food and everything, so that should be good fun. So those are things I've booked. I booked back to go with the same hotel. I looked on their website, and I think it was going to be €768 for 5 nights, which I thought was okay in July. So I went up to see Mert, did the whole thing in Turkish. He upgraded our room because I said I needed a room that didn't have this low arch. Mike kept on banging his head on this low arch, so he upgraded us, and the price was 450 euro. So Turkish lessons are paying off. Anyway, it's already 10 minutes. I've waffled on, and I've not even shown you anything. Well, apart from those little bits from the thing. I better not lose that earring as well. Anyway, what have I got for you today? I've just got a few bags. Two are from the same place, and I've had bags by her before. So let's dive in. Katie France, and this is like a pink on pink, although this is kind of a lilac-y pink, and I love her bags. Well, I do, because this is the fifth. I love when you're out and this swings, and it just adds movement, and I thought the pink on pink was just such a lovely combination, and lovely satin here, and it opens just like a pale pink inside, and she always puts like a little inspirational message in each one. So this one says, "You're wonderful, you're cosmic, you're loved." So yeah, and this just has a zip, and there is a wee pocket in there, slip pocket. But as I say, I love Katie France's bags. I don't know, people love them as well when you're wearing them. I don't know whether it's the movement, you know, when you're bobbling along, but people seem to love the fringing. It's just such a simple idea, but it's just absolutely gorgeous, and she's always having sales on, and usually I pick them up quite good. And the other one I picked up from her is a bit different, because she started doing little wristlets. So this is the wristlet. So you've got this blue fabric and this fringing, and this fabric I think was an old Moschino skirt, so she repurposed the skirt, so it's Moschino material, and you've just got a zippy pocket in there. What have we got a message here? Oh, it's the same one. Sometimes they're different. The different messages just happen to be the same one. That's just a completely open space, good for at night. And I just love that. And you've got your little loop. So I just think that is another fab thing that she's done. Oh, you can't stop touching these. They're really tactile, you know, the fringing. And I love that it's the blue leopard print. I just think that's good, and I love this pale blue, and I just thought, yeah, we'll take that for the collection. I don't know why I love it, but I do absolutely love it, and I know I'll have more of her stuff because I just love it. So the last thing, so I know it's been a bit of a rather than lots of stuff, and I did also have a wee visit to Louis Vuitton while I was in Istanbul, so maybe I'll go through that little haul next time with you. I went a bit feral in there, but that's for another day. I'll do that next time. So this next bag, oh, it's quite heavy actually. It's Kate Spade, and you know I love Kate Spade. So it's got a long handle which is removable. Black. Joanne, come on. Where's the fun in that? Well, there's the fun in that. Isn't it brilliant? Oh my god, I love it. So, obviously, these are quite heavy. They're metal. So the bag is quite heavy because of that. So you've got fun, like little balloons. You see all the wrinkles on it, like the balloon. So you've got that in like a lilac colour, this in pink and this in gold, saying fun. And honestly, I just loved it. It's got this lovely striped material inside with a zippy pocket. Definitely an evening bag. And this is a magnet, so it just finds itself. It's really easy to use. As I say, it's weighted, but then you won't be putting much in that, you know, for an evening bag. I never put my phone in my bag, it's always in my hand, I know. But, you know, it certainly fit keys, you know, your lipstick, your card, wallet, you know, it's definitely roomy enough for that. But I just think it's so striking. Honestly, I absolutely love it. It's just, you got your Kate Spade there. Honestly, it just makes me smile every time I look at it. It makes me absolutely smile. I'm blown away. So yeah, Kate Spade, one of my favourites. I've got quite a few bits from her, and they're always good fun. They're always really good fun. No pun intended. So I'll put that down there. So yeah, next time I'll go through the Louis Vuitton haul. Let's have a bougie haul. And yeah, I can't thank my family enough for putting in for that trip, because me and Mike had an absolute blast. The food was fantastic. Oh my god, San Sebastian, so good. But the food was just so good in Turkey. We ate well, we laughed, the hotels were brilliant, and we just had a really good time. Max is going to Istanbul maybe next week. No, not next week. I think it's the week after. So I'm be interested to know what he thinks about Istanbul. But yeah. Anyway, stay regular, guys. Don't follow the crowd, because it's so boring. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. watching, guys. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, definitely. And have a good couple of weeks. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.